Welcome to another fun-filled episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick.
Welcome. How are you, Nick?
Very good, thanks.
This is going to be a bit of a different episode.
Yes,
Why?
because we can't time travel
We can't,
to the future,
unfortunately.
and we can't predict what the news will be for this week
Correct.
because we're recording it last week.
Yeah, we're 4 days earlier than we normally record, so we can't do any news this week.
Because I'm going on holiday.
You're going on holiday. Where are you going?
Deepest, darkest Suffolk.
Oh, lovely. No, you picked some nice weather for it.
Yeah, if it lasts.
Hopefully, if it lasts. It's a bit warm in here, isn't it?
It's a little bit.
It's a bit warm on this boat tonight.
I'm considering just going skins.
Do it.
I've got to
I'm
be
up
honest
for that.
with you.
I
But
am
then-
up for that.
I think I might just sweat onto all the wires and...
Yeah. We don't want wet wires.
No.
Wet wires would be bad. So yeah, this is going to be a slightly different episode of The Wave because there's going to be no news. So we've got some fun things to do, I think.
Cool. Yeah, we're still there. We'll do what we have watched because we
Yeah.
have still watched things.
We have.
We are still going to talk about Blood Ride and extend our rods.
Yep.
Because I've watched episode 5.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finale next week.
And then we're just going to keep it
Chill.
nice and easy, breezy,
Easy breezy.
and answer some questions.
Yeah. So we've asked the Discord to pose us some questions. And they have. They've come up trumps. And we will answer them and see what crazy conversations we're going to get from them.
Yeah, we've not pre-vetted them, so
No.
we're just going to go live and see what
We're going
happens.
straight in. I've not even read some of them.
No.
It should
It'll
be
be
interesting. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. How's your week been?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Been up to?
What did I do? I went for a walk
Okay.
last weekend.
Yeah.
And through the woods
Nice.
on a
Dogging
like
trip?
an adventure trail,
Right.
and there was loads of dinosaurs in the woods. That was cool.
Okay.
And they were playing like the Jurassic Park soundtrack.
I
as you
assume this
walked
was
around.
some sort of set up woods.
Yeah, it wasn't just like random. It was a facilitated event. shall
That
we
sounds
say.
good.
So there was like Dino Land,
Nice.
and then there was Bear Land.
Bearland.
Yeah. So there was like polar bear, teddy bear, panda bear, koala bears. And basically some farmer has just got a job lot of like fiberglass animals and put a trail through the woods and all this. And there's like a quiz you had to do.
Oh, cool.
You went from Bearland to the Wild Wild West.
Nice.
Sorry, that's Will Smith. I think it was just the Wild West.
Cowboys and shit.
Yeah. And then there was pirates
Cool.
who famously live next door to the cowboys.
Yeah, definitely. And dinosaurs.
Then there was Fantasyland.
Right.
Not what you're thinking. There's no like
I'm thinking of you stumbled into the Hungover Games Part
Yeah.
2.
there was no like ball gags and stuff like that.
Nightmare.
It was knights and unicorns.
Cool.
Then superheroes
All right.
just
Okay.
like hanging around in the woods.
So this guy has just got a job lot of fiberglass from somewhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was like Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, Hulk.
Batman and Iron Man together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hulk looked a bit off
It was like he was halfway transformed.
facially.
All right.
Yeah, like they'd got a Hulk body and then maybe got a good deal on it but didn't have a head. And then they put a head on at a later date. and
Just
it
taken a
didn't-
head from one of the cowboys or
Yeah,
something and painted it green.
pretty much. And then there was a few more dinosaurs.
Cool.
But it was fun.
Sounds good.
It was funny. It was good.
Yeah.
For a couple of quid, it was
Can't beat that, can you, for a day out?
put a couple of hours away.
Nice weather.
Yeah. It was
Beautiful.
because it's been so hot and it is
It
still
has.
so hot. But this was like through the shaded
That's nice.
woodland.
Bit of
so-
a chill.
Yeah, it was.
Excellent.
Yeah, I had a photo with a Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, cool.
Just chilling.
Selfie.
No. He can't hold the
No,
phone
true, yeah, he's only got
very
little
far
hands.
ahead.
You
so-
just have a stamp selfie with his
Yeah.
stomach.
Exactly. How about you?
I don't think I've done anything. Well, I didn't get out of quarantine till Sunday,
Sure.
so I've still been chilling around my house.
You've told your kitchen?
Yeah.
I can't remember if you mentioned this
I
last
think
week,
I mentioned it last week.
But I've now seen it. So
You've now seen it.
did
You were back
happen.
in the same room again,
Yeah.
which is nice. First time for a few weeks again. No, but again, I've been stuck in. I went out for dinner yesterday. That was quite nice.
Oh,
Had a lovely surf and turf.
okay. Good.
Got an extra bit of scampi, which was nice.
Living the dream.
Said 6 on the menu. Come with 7. Can't beat it. And one was a double bit. You know, when there's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So is that 8, really?
technically 8. Yeah,
Someone's winning.
winning in life. Right, shall we get on?
Let's.
What have you watched at the top of the stream, Nick?
I have watched season 1 and part of season 2 of Atypical.
Okay, I've heard of this. I've never seen it.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's it about?
So it's about an autistic kid,
Okay.
and he's trying to find his way through high school, and then moves on to college. And things aren't very easy at home,
Right.
so his parents start to split up. But it's kind of like, it's a comedy drama. It's not, is it? I don't think it's quite a sitcom.
Right.
It's got a sort of sex education vibe. It's that sort of
Dramatic comedy.
yeah, rather than
Situation comedy.
and it's good. Performance is good. His parents played by Jennifer Jason Leigh from the 90s and Michael Rappaport.
Oh, okay.
I always think of as briefly Phoebe's boyfriend in Friends when
Yeah.
he took all the male friends on a ride along.
Yeah, he did.
But you recognise his voice because he does loads of documentary
Voice acting
stuff, and in their voiceovers. But yeah, really good. Quite touching, quite funny, and a little bit sad.
Good.
It's just started its 4th series on Netflix,
Wow.
which is why it's sort of floating about at the top of the stream.
Half an hour episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll check it out. I'm looking for a new half an hour show.
There you go.
I will have a look. Sounds right up my street.
How about you? Have you watched anything?
I've caught up with Love Victor. I've fallen a few episodes behind on
Okay.
that on Disney Plus. That's really good. It's had a bit of controversy. There's been a bit of controversy going around about the 2 male leads are both straight guys playing
Right.
gay guys, and that's controversial apparently. But I don't think it should be.
It's a tough one,
It
isn't
is.
it?
But the whole point of the show is like acceptance, and that's, I don't know. Love Simon, the guy who played Love Simon was straight. So it's not straight guys taking gay roles, is it? It's just the best actors for the situation.
Well, you would like to think so.
Yeah,
But I don't know. It is a tough one because you don't want to stop people from any kind of minority from
no,
having a chance, I guess, be
No.
it sexuality or disability.
agreed. But I always believe that a role should be cast to the best person for that role.
Yeah, but the problem
that-
is, if it's someone with a bit of a name, that helps the thing get made.
Agreed.
doesn't it?
But not these aren't though, are they? These 2 are virtual unknowns. They're just playing a really good gay couple in this show now. Love Victor's awesome.
Look at us touching on a hot button issue.
Touching buttons, are we? Let's bring
Maybe
it back
later.
down to our level. I am so hot. I'm sweating
my
buckets.
button's going to be out pretty
My buttons are going to short circuit in a minute. Yeah, it's really good. It's a great show. It's about halfway through its 2nd season now. Well, it's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Well worth checking out. Also, I forgot to mention last week I watched the second Fear Street
Oh, yes.
film, which I think I mentioned the first one the week
You
before,
did, yeah.
and now I've seen the third one.
Okay.
So I'm fully up to date on Fear Street. First one's good. Second one's better. Third one's not as good. As a trilogy, it's really good.
Okay.
I've really enjoyed all 3 of them. But the second one just stands out. as
Does
being
it
the
tell
best
a
one.
nice story all the way
Yeah,
through?
the story is solid from the start to finish. The third one's a bit of a cop-out because it's called Fear Street 1666.
Sure.
But it's a 2-hour film. After an hour, that stops.
Right.
And you get a new title card. And it says
Oh.
Fear Street 1994, Part 2.
Okay.
And it goes back to 1994. So the 1666 bit is only an hour long.
It's a ruse.
Because I was watching it, I was thinking, this is definitely coming to a conclusion. Because obviously you know what's going to happen in that. Because you know what's happened in the future. You know the origin story's coming.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's an hour left. And then it literally just cuts and it goes Fear Street 1994 Part 2.
Okay.
And then you get the end of what would have been the first film.
I see.
But now you know what's going on because you've seen the prequel.
Sure.
It's really good. It's really well written. It's
I do
a
want
really
to check
well
it
written
out.
trilogy.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend them.
It seems to have got good reactions,
Yeah.
as in been critically much better reviewed than people thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it also seems to have caught on quite a bit, just generally with
Yeah.
Netflix users. It seemed that all 3 of them I have seen talked about quite a lot on all across my.
I haven't seen
socials.
many negatives about it at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in the Discord earlier today.
We were.
I feel like it's Netflix getting behind horror, which is something traditionally they've never done.
Mhm.
So I think people are just grabbing that where they can and saying to Netflix, this is what the sort of content that we want.
Yeah.
People want horror film. It's just a thing. And
In the middle of July.
in the in the middle of July, maybe I don't know why it didn't come out in October.
No, it's a strange one.
Unless they've got something else planned for October. Because like I said a couple of weeks ago, you could do more of these. And there is a sequel tease at the end of the third one.
Okay.
So you could keep going with it for as long as you want.
I think it could well happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's another trilogy.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. The Sarah Fear story is told now, but she had a history over 300 years.
That's
But
it.
you've
Suddenly
got
you've
to
knocked
tell-
out 6 films.
Exactly. Without even thinking about it. And there's characters... She curses people over these years. So each generation has a new killer. And some of the killers show up in these films, but don't have any origins.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously the two main ones do. So you could just go back and give the origin story to those killers.
What do you make of the strategy of having a film come out each week for 3 weeks?
I think that gimmick really worked.
Okay.
I really do. I think it wouldn't have worked if you'd have waited a year between all 3 films, but a year between each film.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have had the same impact. But you've basically told a 6.5 hour story, split it over 3 films over 3 weeks.
It's
and
whether a week is enough
you could have
time
put,
for
maybe
it to bed in, I guess.
maybe you
almost.
could have done a month between them.
Yeah.
But I think the way it was done was really clever. It's never been done before, so
Sure.
it's an experiment, isn't it?
Well, it's a gimmick.
It's a
isn't it?
gimmick, and hopefully, if they do it, they might do it again. You don't know, but yeah, I'm really happy with the way they've been. Seem to have been adopted by Netflix people, and hopefully we'll get some more horror films coming, because the horror genre is really stagnant. We said this again a couple of weeks ago. It's a really stagnant genre. It's all haunted houses or scary monsters, and Fear Street have tried to do something different with it.
Yeah,
works.
cockroaches in bars.
Yeah, cockroaches in bars, or not. I think that's it. I don't think I've watched anything else
Okay.
that I can think of off the top of my head, because it's not been that long since we
No,
last
I know.
recorded. For reference, it's Monday today. We usually record on a Thursday, so it's
Sure.
only been 4 days since we last recorded, and it's going to be a week till this episode. This episode will come out next Monday. Should we do some of these questions?
Are we not going to extend our rods?
Should we do that first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll headline with the questions.
Mine's already out under the desk, so
I wish mine was.
Just going to bring it
Sweltering.
to the surface.
There
There we go.
Blood Ride,
Yeah.
penultimate episode.
Yes,
This is episode 5.
it is
Last one next week, finale.
indeed.
But it doesn't really matter that it's a finale, because it's
No.
only going to be the same unless we find out what happens to this bus.
So far, it doesn't matter what order you watch them in.
No.
Whether
Unless you're talking about them on a podcast.
we, yes, and the two of you have to watch the same episode.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if in the finale next week the bus thing is drawn together
Yeah,
and all these
or if it's
people
just
get
another
dropped off
standout.
somewhere.
Yeah. What did you think of this one?
I thought this was by far the most out and out horror
Yeah.
of them that we've seen.
I agree. It felt like a horror story that was told really quickly.
Yes.
And that kind of was a negative for me.
Do you remember when we watched Temple?
Yeah.
It's basically that film, but
Yeah.
in half an
in
hour.
half an hour.
And instead of set at a temple, it's set at a school.
Yeah. It's exactly that, isn't it? It's the same thing.
And it was all the better for being half an hour long.
It's basically about a school in a small village in Norway.
Yes, there's
That
a new
is-
teacher in town.
And the school's not new,
No.
but it's been closed for 40 years.
Yes.
And it's now been renovated, done up, and reopened to
Correct.
the children. And this new teacher starts. And on her first day, she basically starts having supernatural experiences.
Yeah.
Like she can hear voices, the chalk's writing itself on
That's
the
right.
chalkboard. So she goes to investigate, and she finds out this whole history of this village.
Luckily, her landlady's, also spiritually connected,
Yeah.
shall we say.
She's doing yoga when we first
Yeah.
meet her. She finds out the history of this village and this family that had been persecuted by the villagers
Yeah,
back in the day.
Some kids went disappearing.
Yeah.
Went disappearing?
Went disappearing.
Got disappeared?
Just disappeared.
Okay, yeah.
Some kids disappeared back in the day. And she's trying to help them, I guess, release them as ghosts. It's a bit like that other haunted house film we did. The bad one.
Oh, I have no pretty thing who lives in
No.
the house.
With Celia Imrie in it.
Oh, the
Malevolent.
Malevolent.
It's all about haunted kids needing to be released from their...
Yeah, they need to move on.
need to move on to the other side.
So our teacher and her landlady go to the school.
Yeah.
And they do like an incantation, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they find a spell in the back of a photograph.
Yeah.
They release the children
Yes.
out of their
To perjury?
spiritual prison.
Purgatory.
Yeah. And they say, thank you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the former caretaker of the school
Yep.
comes down the stairs And he says, "Whoa, what are you doing? I killed those kids. They're the spawn of the devil."
Yeah, they're really evil. What have you done? What have you done? You've released them.
And the teacher's like, "Well, you're a murderer. You're going down, son." And he's like,
We're all going to die.
Yeah.
And then they all die.
"Yeah, the kids brutally murder them.
Yeah.
And they've got big teeth and they look exactly like the kids in Temple.
They do, yeah.
But more Scandinavian."
What did you think of it overall?
I liked it.
I liked it. It's
Nothing you've not seen before.
no,
But it was
Literally.
well done.
it was. Yeah, it was a good story. I felt like I could have done with more. It was the longest episode so far. It was
Yeah.
like 3 minutes longer than the others. I felt like I could have done with more of it. It felt too rushed, the way it was for me.
Yeah, because there wasn't
'Cause-
enough time to build up enough atmosphere.
No, there wasn't.
Because it did cover a lot of ground.
The thing that confuses me, at the very beginning, you see your main character on this bus,
Yes.
and in every episode so far, they've been bad people.
Yeah.
But this teacher isn't.
No. It's just made a horrible mistake.
Yeah. So why is she on this bus?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's what confused me a little bit, because we don't know where this bus is going, but we assume it's going to a bad place.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to heaven.
It's definitely not going to heaven. Yes, I was confused why she was. Surely the bloke should have been on the bus, or the kid should have been on the bus. It's
Also, oh no, that doesn't work. I was going to say, the people on the bus haven't necessarily all died either. Like, as in, we didn't see them die in their story.
yeah, that's true.
So they've ended up on this bus at a later time.
I'm assuming it's the bus to hell.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's got to be, hasn't it? I don't know if we'll find out in the finale next week.
I mean, the
but-
blood ride's not going anywhere nice, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so. No, it's got Friday the 13th written on the front of it. So, yeah, we've got the finale next week, and then I guess we'll pick another new show.
Indeed.
It's gone quick, Blood Ride.
It has.
I've enjoyed it overall. I think
Yeah, because it's
the majority of them have been good.
because they are only half an hour. They have. The only one I didn't really get on with was last week.
Yeah, same.
There was something. How good they were has varied, but there's been something in each of them.
Yeah.
That I've enjoyed. I'd probably put this one second.
I think I'd go third. I like the first two the best, I think, still.
Okay.
Let's rank them all at the end.
Okay, will do.
Right, do you want to answer some questions from our
Let's.
Discord?
Let's do it.
So we put a thing into the Discord asking for some questions for us to answer in case we ever needed a filling episode. And we now need a filling episode. So we're going to answer some of these questions. So bear with me while I get the page up. See what you guys have come up with. If you want to join our Discord, incidentally, I will put the link at the bottom of the show notes. Or just message any of us and we'll invite you in. That's not a problem.
Yeah, do come along. It is fun. You can just throw shit at us, and
I'd rather you didn't do that.
we have some fun chats and weird chats. But come and join in.
Question 1. From any Bots movie,
Yes,
who is the worst actor in the best film?
it's a good film. Good question. I might need a list of films up in front of me. The worst actor in the best film.
So what's the best film we've watched, do you think?
Of all the films,
Of all the films?
best film we have watched is...
I think it's Mirage.
Yeah, do you know, I'm always drawn to...
Hush?
Hush is great. I'm always drawn to What Keeps You Alive.
Yeah, true. There aren't any bad actors in What Keeps You Alive.
No.
There's only like 2 people in it. Same with Hush. Mirage is full of Spanish people.
I mean, there can't be bad actors.
Can't be bad actors if you're Spanish. Just scrolling through the stream table. It's a tough one, isn't it? We see a lot of bad actors, but we don't see many good films.
So I think you need a mid-table film, but it's not necessarily going to be like an...
We could reverse the question. Who's the best actor in the worst film? Because that's got to be Robert Redford in The Discovery.
I think it's got to be Robert Redford. he immediately springs to
He
mind.
does. That's an easy one. We've seen a lot of good actors in bad films. Like Michael Douglas. Although The Animal World isn't a bad film.
What was the question again?
The worst actor in the best film.
Okay.
Or you could do the best actor in the worst film if you want. Time Out was 16th in the stream table. That's got loads of good actors. in
Well,
it.
yeah, I think...
It's got 3 Oscar winners in it.
I think I might be tempted. Melissa Leo, she's won an Oscar.
Yeah.
She was like the lead in that, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So she would definitely be a contender.
Gary Oldman's in Tao.
True. Only vocally.
But he is in it. Antonio Banderas in Acts of Vengeance. Is he a good actor?
Yeah. I'm trying not to say Nicolas Cage in
Everything.
Between Worlds. But
2
Look-
Girls in Thoroughbreds. They were bad. Katie Sackhoff. 2036 Origin Unknown. She's a good actress.
she is a good actress. It could be her.
Could be her, because that is the worst film we've seen.
It's an awful film. Yeah,
It's one of the worst
and
films we've
she
seen.
won. She in fact won a Botska for being terrible in it.
She did. That's true.
She's your answer.
She's your answer.
Katie Sackhoff.
So Katie Sackhoff's the best actor in the worst film.
Yeah.
And Robert Redford's the best actor.
That's
Worst.
the same.
Katie Sackhoff is the best actress in the worst film.
Yeah.
Gary, no. I don't know. I've lost track of what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on to the next question before my head explodes. If you had to remake Twins, who would you cast?
Okay.
That's a tough one.
Do they have to be current?
No, I guess not.
Can they be dead? Or have I got to choose?
No,
from
you're
people?
gonna remake it. So
So I've got to choose alive people. Could we get two really serious actors to do it?
yeah, what are you
Like,
thinking?
I kind of want to see an old version, like grumpy old twins, and they've almost they're a bit older than Arnie and DeVito were. What about like reuniting Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro?
That'd be good. That'd be good. How about Morgan Freeman and Whoopi Goldberg?
Ah, reinvent it a bit.
Yeah, twist it. I was going to say Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins, but that's literally because I'm looking over your shoulder at Shawshank poster.
Tim Robbins doesn't do enough stuff anymore, does he?
He doesn't. He was in Castle Rock with the Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though.
Do you know who it'd be? It'd be like, if it actually did get made, it'd be like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. And they'd just try and do Step
That's already been
Brothers
done.
again.
I was saying that's already been done. What about Will Ferrell and... who's the exact opposite of Will Ferrell?
I don't...
Somebody like Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Super serious black guy, about the same age.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch it. Do you want to go move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Which actor from a Bots movie do you think you could have the most entertaining wrestling match with?
Okay, so am I looking for like performance art or like athletic prowess?
You're
or
looking to
some-
put on a choreographed wrestling match.
Okay. I'll take Robbie Amell.
Great shout.
He's a fit young thing.
His brother's been in a wrestling match
Yeah.
as well. So you could get some tips. He'd probably beat you.
I'm happy to take the loss if we put on a good show. It's fine.
I'm going to do a gimmick match with a Zombieva.
Okay.
Me versus a Zombieva.
Sign me up.
Let's see if I can find some more. If you had to lick the inside of your co-host's mouth, what would you like it to taste like?
I think
Somebody's made a suggestion here that I would taste like pizza and you would taste like rainbows.
that's 100% true.
I do eat a lot of pizza.
Like Oreos or something.
Yeah. Oreo's a great shout.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
I reckon the inside of your mouth tastes nice anyway.
Not at the minute. It's too hot. It's just
Yeah.
sweaty.
Nothing tastes nice at the minute. Which bottom of the stream movie would you not want to be in as a character?
Okay. I mean, there's a lot to choose from there.
The Hungover Games. Definitely.
I'll go with Aerials.
Yes. Good shout. Who had like the worst time in a film, do you reckon? Who was like
Which character just got...
just got destroyed all the way through it?
Um,
Like the guy in Mute who was outed as a paedophile, he had a bad time.
yes,
He had a bad death
did.
as well.
Old Buster in Buster's Malheart, he had a tough time.
Yeah, he didn't have an easy life.
And he was in that terrible film.
And he was in that terrible. The man who killed Hitler in the Bigfoot, he had a rough time.
Hitler.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to be him.
Like, he deserved everything he got.
The girl in Tao, she had a rough old time.
Oh, I know who it'd be.
Who?
It'd be the dog in Bullethead.
Oh, God, yeah. You wouldn't want to be that dog, would you?
No.
Had a horrible life.
Absolutely horrible.
About the girl who met the Easter Bunny in Holidays.
Yeah, she's got to be that Easter Bunny forever now, hasn't she?
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking with the dog. Old Bullethead.
This is a more generic one. What is the scariest movie monster of all time?
Okay. I think there's a couple of sort of... You've got to mention a couple of classics, which are pretty obvious, but I think they stand the test of time, and that's like the Xenomorph
Yeah.
and The Thing.
Yeah.
The Thing
Good
always
shout.
sticks out to me. The Babadook.
I
recently,
was just going to say the Babadook's a great shout.
properly scared me for about a week after we went to see it.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Pennywise could be pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. It's supposed to be scary. Somebody in here has put Donald Trump in Home Alone too.
Nice.
That was quite funny.
Very funny.
Freddy Krueger, pretty scary.
Yeah, I guess, but I feel like he became less scary as he became more of a pop culture.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Same with
But
Jason.
in the films, though, Freddy Krueger's pretty damn
Oh
scary.
yeah, but I think that's lessened over time. I feel that's my
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
thinking.
Somebody's put Paleface from Pan's Labyrinth as well. That's a good shout. Probably Pennywise. Something like that. All the Babadook is terrifying.
Yeah.
I still think that's one of the scariest films I've ever seen.
Me too.
Blair Witch.
Have you ever watched it since?
Yeah, I watched it twice. Yeah.
I never have.
I watched it not long ago. I watched it during lockdown.
Okay.
It's good. It might be on. It's not on Netflix. It might be on Amazon.
Right.
It was on one of them when I watched it. It's a really, really good horror film. There's too much talking in this channel. And not enough questions.
It's because everyone goes off on a tangent.
Do you want to do your Mount Rushmore of movie directors?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. So, this is dead or alive?
Yep. The best 4 of all time.
They might all be alive, actually. Spielberg.
It has to be.
It's just hit after hit after hit.
Yep.
Family entertainment. For the most part, it's part of growing up. All those 80s classics.
Yeah, you can't be an 80s kid without having Spielberg on that list.
And then when he wants to do a proper movie, he goes and pulls out Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Or, your favourite, Munich.
I hate that film.
Spielberg.
Everybody has a bad one.
Tarantino.
That was going to be my next question. My next one. I think we might agree on most of these.
I think I'm going to say Scorsese.
Yeah. Hitchcock?
I wouldn't argue if someone had Hitchcock on there, but I'm not sure he'd be on mine.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he'd be on mine. I had a time where I was like all over Hitchcock.
Yeah. Who would be my 4?
Michael Bay?
Don't think he's going to quite make it on there.
David Fincher?
When Finch is great, I love Seven. I think it's one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
For me, I just love it. I don't like The Social Network as much as some people.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure he quite makes it. Do you know what? I'm not sure if he makes it on, but there's not a Wes Anderson film I don't like.
Really?
Yeah.
He's very divisive though, isn't he, Wes Anderson? You either do or don't.
I quite like that whimsy.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, but I see why. Tim Burton?
Not for me.
Not a Burton fan, are you?
I think we spoke about this before.
He hasn't made a good film for 20 years. Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Do you want to do the next? Do you want to do the next
who
one?
who would you have? So you've got Hitchcock, Spielberg,
Tarantino.
I'm more drawn to those because they are. There's not many directors around now, more so in previous years, I guess. Who can, if it's that director's movie, that helps sell it.
Yeah,
that's kind
that's
of how
a good
I
shout.
feel anyway. And I think all of those do.
Yeah, if there's a Tarantino movie coming out, you're going to go and watch it. And same for the Spielberg movies coming out.
Yeah,
you're right. There aren't many big name directors out of them. I don't know who my 4th one would be. Richard Donner, maybe.
That's not bad. I think
John Carpenter.
I think I might give my last spot. I might cheat.
Okay.
I'm giving my 4th spot to 2 people, which would be the Coen brothers.
Yeah, good shout.
Because they direct together.
Yeah.
Again, their body of work is just
unquestionable,
outstanding. I know I'm completely, they're all modern. I've not sat down and watched loads of Kurosawa or John Ford.
We'll go with that.
It's done. Right.
Done.
They're starting to carve them out as we speak.
If you could wipe a movie from existence, what would it be?
Okay.
This is easy. Sierra Burgess is a loser.
Really? You'd wipe that out?
Yeah, fuck it.
What? And not have any of that fantastic content it's given us?
No, it's already given us the content. I'm just not letting anybody else ever watch it.
I mean, I don't see the point in stuff like, we had, what was it last week? The Hungover Games.
Yeah, parody movies.
Deadly Detention is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
True. But it's not offensive. It's not hurting.
It's not
anybody.
like many people have been and watched.
Exactly. It's not
so I don't think
anybody,
I'm really saving many people.
So what about if you wipe out Scary Movie? Does that wipe out all future parody movies?
You're doing like the butterfly effect.
Yeah. So you take out Scary Movie, you don't have the Hunger Games. It does never happen. The Hungover Games.
Wouldn't you just
or you take out
Scream?
The Hangover.
And then you wouldn't have any of that.
I'm not taking out Scream. It's one of my favourite movies of all time. Take out The Hangover.
I might be wiping out Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Good shout. That's a great shout.
Because it's what's that given us?
True.
Apart from we're now just all really scared. Indiana Jones 5 is going to be
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Doing.
I'll agree with you. But also Sarah Burgess is a loser. Fuck, marry, kill. Iron Man 4, Captain America.
Okay.
Captain America's definitely dead. And I'm probably going to marry Iron Man because he's rich. So.
I think I'm killing Thor. I'm afraid.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because he was in the Hungover Games.
Because I think he's just been unlucky. I think I'm marrying Iron Man.
Okay. Everybody, you have to marry Iron Man for the money.
And then...
And he's a good-looking guy.
Whatever happens, if we get divorced, I'll have half. We'll get a good prenup. I think just Captain America would be gentle.
You're gonna fuck America's ass.
Yeah. And yeah, he wouldn't be selfish. And so just for those reasons, Thor's gone, I'm afraid.
Okay.
How about you?
Good answer. I would marry Iron Man, fuck Thor, kill Captain America.
Okay.
Because he's never made a good, interesting film.
You just want a hammer in.
Yeah, man. You know me so well. Michael Bay is remaking your favourite film. How does he change it?
Right. How is Michael Bay going to remake The Big Lebowski?
I don't know. That's the question.
You
have some awesome shots of bowling balls rolling down aisles in super speed.
So the bowling balls are full of explosives.
Yeah.
So every time you hit a strike, huge explosion.
Yeah.
Walter's not got a dog; he's got a transformer that he's got papers for. And Will Smith and Martin Lawrence can hunt the nihilists down. We'll just bring in all the Michael Bay characters.
That works. I'll give you that.
What's he doing to your favourite film?
What's my favourite film?
I'm not sure what you're going to say. Are you going to say The Goonies or Jurassic Park?
No. I think I might say The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
I think it's my favourite film.
What's Michael Bay going to do to The Shawshank Redemption?
Well, obviously, Tim Robbins, this character's gone to prison for exploding something.
Right.
Rather than killing his family, which he didn't do. And then he blasts himself out of prison.
Yeah.
Rather than dig slowly. And then the whole movie's a
He'd go on a revenge.
You go on a revenge tour against all the people in the prison, whilst they're also chasing him, trying to track him down. And eventually he ends up back in the prison, killing everybody.
Okay. That sounds
like a good movie.
Really depressing.
It does. What's the worst twist in movie history? That's a tough one. I don't know. Anything that
we've seen a
Shyamalan's
lot.
Done. We have, yeah.
Here on this show that are just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Worst? I mean, I'm thinking The Village.
100%. 100%. That's I hadn't thought of that. And I was thinking Shyamalan, but I hadn't thought of The Village. It's 100% The Village.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Because that's dog awful.
It really is. And it's so unnecessary. It's just there because he wanted a twist. Yeah, it's The Village. That's easy.
Case closed.
Case closed. What's the best TV show with the worst cast?
Oh, that's a good question. How do you take that question? Do you take it as in you personally don't like them, but you can see, oh, that's a good actor? Or are you thinking, who lets down a good TV show?
Who lets down a good TV show is an even better question. Who's the worst person?
Who sticks out and
who
not
sticks
in a
out
good...
as being bad in a TV show? I'm rewatching Dexter at the minute, as you know,
Yeah.
and Sergeant Doakes sticks out. I just don't think he's very good in it. But he isn't in it for long.
That's interesting. Yeah, he's in the first two seasons.
He's in the first 2 seasons, yeah. I just don't like his character. He's too angry all the time for no reason. He just shouts.
Yeah, but he's like braggadocious, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think that's him trying to do good acting? Is just shouting a lot?
Shouting a lot. I don't know. Is there anybody bad in Breaking Bad?
Do you know what? That's the first one my mind went to.
Because it's the best TV show ever. Is there anybody bad in it? I don't think there's anybody bad in it, though.
There's annoying people in it, but I think they're supposed to.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone who's bad.
What about Lost? Michael in Lost is not great.
No.
I can't remember his name.
Matthew Fox always took a lot of stick.
He did, but he's great. So
but he has to do a lot of heavy lifting.
He carried that whole show for most of most of its existence is all about him. Considering he was supposed to die at the end of the first episode.
If you're talking Lost, and I know you like to.
I do. It's my favourite subject.
I know it was a lot of people's favourite, but I never thought Dominic Monaghan was great in it.
Oh, that's harsh. I don't agree with that.
I don't know if he's got the chops to hang with some of them in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he literally went out with one of them in real life. I think the guy who played Michael was worse, Harold Perrineau.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't say he was bad.
I don't think he was very multi-dimensional as a character.
No, probably not.
Just shouted about his missing kid for a year, didn't he?
Yeah, and then went missing himself for a year and then came back at the end. What about Friends? Who's the worst one in Friends?
Of the Friends?
Yeah.
You're saying who gives the worst performance or who's the worst character?
Who gives the worst performance? The trouble with Friends is it's so timeless, you just can't imagine anybody else doing any of those roles.
I think if you're making me choose who gives the worst performance, I am going to have to say it's Matthew Perry.
Yeah, I think that's probably who I would say, but at the same time, you can't imagine anybody else playing Chandler other than him.
No. I actually think Matt LeBlanc is doing a great performance being a stupid.
So same as Lisa Kudrow, though.
Yeah.
She plays that so well.
It's great comic timing. I think we've got to get Matthew Perry out of this.
I think you do have to out of all of them. But it's a shame because he's not bad in it. Name me another TV show. The X-Files. There's nobody bad in The X-Files. I don't know why
it's not big enough cast.
There's only two or three people in
Why suddenly can I not think of any TV shows?
it. Same. Sex Education.
I don't like The Head Teacher.
Yeah, true.
He's the
Agreed.
worst one in it.
Agreed. Stranger Things. I don't like the cop, the guy who adopted 11.
Oh really? David
No.
Harbour.
I like David Harbour. I don't like that character.
Okay.
I think all the kids are brilliant in it.
Who's the worst Avenger?
The worst Avenger.
Yeah. Who's the worst? Who
Captain
gives the
America.
worst? No.
Oh, the
who
worst
gives the worst performance.
I'm going to say Jeremy Renner.
Do you know what? Me too. That's the one that I thought of.
And I know it's really going to annoy Wayne, our friend of the show, Wayne. I just find him really boring. Do we need?
I think he's pretty wooden.
Yeah, agreed. Do we need a Hawkeye standalone? Because we're getting one.
Getting like 10 hours worth of it,
Yeah.
aren't you, or something.
Yeah, I think it has to be. It's Jeremy Renner. Everybody else is awesome.
Yeah, he's a bit woody for me.
Agreed. Right, we need one final question.
Okay. I enjoyed that one.
If you could cameo in any of the Bottom of the Stream movies as yourself, who would you want to be? Which movie would you want to be in?
Can't
See?
remember what I put when this was asked in the Discord because I remember thinking that was quite a good answer. What? Oh, okay. Well, there's quite a few movies I'd like to be in. I remember what I said.
I want to be in, remember Don't Kill It right
Yeah.
back at the beginning? And that's crazy church scene where everybody's getting possessed and it's flicking between everybody.
Yes.
I want to be one of the people that it flicks between. That's my cameo. That's what I'm going to be in.
I think my original answer in the Discord was I wanted to be in the bar in Pottersville when the Australian hunter guy pulls out an acoustic guitar and does his Nelson Mandela song.
Yeah.
Because it was really funny and I just get to sit in a bar whilst they're filmed around me. So that's not a bad option.
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah. Oh, I'll stick with that.
Stick with that then.
Fine.
Talking of, you could, if you wanted to be stuck in a bar, this
Yes.
week's movie's ideal for it. So what are we watching this week?
This week we are
Segway.
looking and talking about a horror movie called Wounds.
We are indeed.
Is it called Wounds?
It is called Wounds.
It's not called Wounds.
It's not called Wounds, no. Although that would be as nonsensical as why it's called Wounds. So,
It's called Wounds and it stars Armie Hammer.
troublesome.
A little
It's
bit.
weird that he came up earlier in the episode because we were talking about the Tonto character being in The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
He came up in the episode and then he came out of the randomizer
That's
later
true.
on. How strange is that?
The randomizer must have been listening in. And it also stars Dakota Johnson.
Yes,
And it's about a barman and things go wrong.
correct.
And we will dive much deeper into that on Thursday.
We will indeed. We'll be back on Thursday to talk about it. Are we done?
I think so.
It was a bit of a different wave. Apologies for that, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got something out of the questions.
Also, yeah, come and join Discord.
Yeah.
Throw us some more questions.
Throw some questions and not answer those ones we've just mentioned ourselves.
Where can I find the Discord?
There will be a link in the bottom of the show notes.
Yeah.
And if it isn't at the bottom of this show's notes, it will be in the bottom of the last show notes. So I don't always put them in the wave ones,
Okay.
but I will definitely try. And if it's not, look in one of the others because it'll be in
That's very admirable.
there.
Excellent.
Right, I'm a sweaty mess. Let's go.
Let's towel down.
Thanks everybody for listening. Goodbye.
Cheers.